Hey guys and gals, fellow preppers. I wanted to talk to you guys and get your opinion here if I ever get any views. But I know somebody will help me out on it. When I'm building this bug out beast, my idea here is there's some imminent threats that we're facing today. All of us. It's not a figment of my imagination. I see the writing on the wall. Anyways, some of our bigger threats, one of them is an EMP strike. And when I'm building this thing, this will be 2x4 construction on these sections. Each one of these sections will be built almost identical, I believe. But anyways, it'll be 2x4, this representing the 4 inches. And inside each one of these sections will be, it's not a styrofoam insulation, but it's a type of insulation that has a foil on the outside of it. You can have it on both sides or just on, I think, one side. An aluminum foil. Now, to protect yourself from a EMP strike, you basically need a Faraday cage. And if you have a Faraday cage, which is basically a container of metal around you. You have a container of metal around you, like a chain, what do they call that stuff, that chain knit, that you could build a suit out of, in fact. But anyways, getting back to this insulation has, like I said, a shiny foil on one side of it. And there'll be 3 inches of insulation in here, and then there's going to be a 1/2 inch dead airspace between the inside boards and the outside boards. That 1/2 inch air value gives as much insulation value as those other 3 inches of insulation, believe it or not. That's what the science tells me, but who do you believe nowadays? But I'm going on that premise anyways. The reason, like I explained in the other video, why I didn't want to go with a barrel sauna is because the R value of 1 inch of wood is only 4. So this 1.5 inches, that would only give you 6 on an R value. Whereas these walls will be R22. But anyways, to get back to my thought here I'm thinking that, or I'm asking, do you think that with this aluminum foil, each one of these panels connected together, and it'll have it on the front and back walls as well, they'll all be one continuous unit. Do you think that that would be a Faraday cage, protection against an EMP strike or a coronal mass ejection? Or do you think that I should put these panels in 1.5 inches? I'm still going with the foil back because it's also a vapor barrier. If you seal these units, and these units are all sealed together, this becomes a vapor barrier, that aluminum foil, which is important in a sauna. You have to have a vapor barrier on the inside, and as well as the outside, I guess, should have a vapor barrier as well. So the aluminum foil does that. And this stuff is good for up to 250 degrees Celsius. Doesn't give off gassing or anything like that. In the temperatures below that, you'll never be at 250 degrees Celsius. You could be at 225 degrees Fahrenheit. Is a nice, hot, comfortable sauna. But anyways, so this getting back to that, I was thinking I was going to maybe go put 1.5 inches and then put a wire meshing in between each one of the 1.5-inch panels, and then have that wire meshing, have it connected on the inside all the way around. This thing is front and back walls as well. The reason, again, just get back to you know, the barrel sauna thing. I like the barrel sauna. It looks real nice, but it isn't functional for northern Canada. I mean, it's not functional for Canada per se. Even well, down on the coast, I guess it would work, in South Country, whatever, Toronto area maybe. But I mean, yeah, I do like the looks of that thing, but that thing is very inefficient in floor space, seating area, everything else, as opposed to this. Because the way I see it anyways, I'll have more useful area in this as a bug out shelter, you know, because once I build these, like build these sections, which, like I explained earlier, will be 3 pods, 6 feet long by 8 foot 5 wide. Once I get these all connected together on that trailer, well, I've got the room inside which will be the dressing room. I mean, there's going to be also in there, there'll be a fridge in there, furnace, propane furnace, as a backup heat. And this is why I'm building this thing too, with a great R value, so that that little tiny furnace is going to be able to heat all 3 of those rooms. And out of those 3 rooms, each one of them will have at least 1 bench in it. The shower room will have 1 bench where you can sit down and wash, but the sauna room will have 2 benches in it, and same with the dressing room. So there you can, and they'll have sections that'll flip out from here. This is 22 inches, I believe this is, in width, and these will flip out to give you 44 inches of sleeping room on each one of these benches. So it should be nice and cozy and lots of room for 2 people. And I mean, up to 5 you could probably sleep in there, never mind on the floor, because these will be all elevated, these floors. So you not only have, you know, the great insulation, but there's going to be, you're elevated off the coldest area of the building, you might say. But anyways, this is a, you know, as like I was saying, as far as I can see, or I consider, the biggest threat to humanity right now is for me anyways, is to have long-term affordable shelter, that I can get this thing built and I can heat it with wood that I can go cut out in the bush, and I can keep my family warm, somewhere to shelter. As first is important, especially up here in Canada. You gotta have some shelter, and then we need food and all this other stuff, but that's another video. But I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think? So do you think the foam insulation with the aluminum foil on one or both sides, it would be enough as an EMF shield? Or, like I said, should I put a screen? Because that's all it takes. You got to build a Faraday cage. You can put a piece of screen to totally envelope this space, and then the EMF, it won't affect the instruments inside, or the biology, humans included. But anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up. Like and share. Somebody comment here. I got 1 subscriber. I don't know who you are, but I wanted to thank you for subscribing, and I hope to see you guys back on here. Look it over it, but don't overlook it. Remember, you can always tell a fin, but you can't tell them much. These guys have a good day. Bye for now.